Welcome everyone. It's time to get ready for the gripping season-long pursuit of the FedEx Cup, presented by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. We're on the cliffs of La Jolla, California, the famed Torrey Pines venue, and it's our opening round coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open. I'm Luke Elvey alongside my great mate Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course bringing you all the shots, all the colour, all the action are Henny Quirk and John McCarthy. And Beamer, your thoughts quickly here on Torrey Pines South. It is a big boy golf course, isn't it?
It is, and these players are in for a rude awakening because they've had some pretty simple golf courses up to this point, but this golf course, US Open venue, this is going to punch you right in the mouth. There's no holding back here. This golf course is flat out tough. One of the toughest tests these players will see all year long. It's usually damp. It's usually cool. The wind blows off the ocean. It is just all around not fun to play in. But I tell you what, if you're playing well, you can really find out what you are doing well, and that will help you in the upcoming season a lot.
Okay, balls in the air. Let's see how this round plays out. That one's just going to catch the light rough. Time for the second shot into the first. Oh, that was picked cleanly. This one's got plenty of legs. Oh, this looks fantastic.
Oh, he's trying to silence the young buck Will Zalatoris with that one. Really putting his cards out on the table. Brilliant stuff.
Well, that's a nice way to start, writing a little red number down on the scorecard at the first.
And that should calm whatever nerves this player has. Nice opening hole.
And it's New Zealand's Lydia Ko who leads here as we head to the next. The second, a short par 4, one that the players like to take on these days, Rich. A good birdie look here.
They do. It used to be where you laid back on top of the hill and took a wedge, 9-iron sometimes for your second shot, but a lot of players now are challenging that bunker down the right-hand side, getting as far down there as possible, and just having a flick with a sand wedge in for their seconds. That dog will hunt.
This is his second shot. Oh, so close. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Lining this putt up from a fair distance. This one's got to break a long way from the right. That's disappointing.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
And he's down there. You got to read?
I've given it a good look. I see this one going left at the hole.
Like the look of this one. And updating the standings now, and our featured player is in second spot just behind Lydia Ko.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
There are so many stunning holes on this entire property, but there's few more picturesque than this downhill par 3 third.
It might be stunning to look at, but it is painful. Can be extremely painful to play. Downhill all the way. When they tuck the pin over on the left-hand side, forget about it. Never hit it there. Only when the pin is on the center or the right part of the green should you be taking dead aim. Other than that, center of the green all day long.
An opportunity for a birdie here.
And an outside chance here.
Like the look of this. That's one of those putts that you're proud of, even if it doesn't drop. Oh, a 9-foot chance here.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Checking in on the leaderboard, this player is currently tied for first with Lydia Ko.
Gotta like it, moving up the leaderboard, never a bad thing.
One of the hardest holes on the entire property is the par 4 fourth, Rich. It is a strong, demanding hole right from tee to green.
Very picturesque, this fourth hole. Pacific Ocean directly to the golfer's left-hand side. Don't be sucked in by the views, however. You want no part of that. And you certainly don't want any part of that fairway bunker down the right-hand side either. Find the fairway, and you've got a good chance at knocking it on this green in two. Be wary, though. Anything long and left on this green is no good.
Well, every week there's a certain bunch of players that everyone keeps an eye on. This one seems to be exactly in that company. One of the strong favourites to win, don't you think, Rich?
Luke, absolutely. Week in and week out, this player has consistently performed at the highest level. I got to believe he's a lot of people's favorites to win this tournament.
Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup.
A good stroke. Nice one. Fourth birdie of the day. And that will take him to 4 under. And as we look at the leaderboard, our player out in front is leading by 1. There's a real premium on your tee shots here at Torrey Pines South Course. Keeping ball in fairways critical, and that is illustrated also by the par 4 fifth.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back towards you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
And he's down there.
He's got about 140, I'd say.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. Yeah, nicely played. Oh, 13-footer coming up here. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
There's a slope here, and it's going to go right to left on the slope.
Hang on, this looks pretty handy. Seems to be some sort of a mission he's on today.
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
Now 2 shots up after that one. The 6th hole's a really cool par 5. Once you get back up onto the top of the hill here, you want to try and take on the corner of this par 5.
Yeah, taking it down the right-hand side, it will seriously reduce this par 5, but you got to avoid the rough. It can get really nasty. From there, you could possibly run it up between all those bunkers. There's one low spot area on the left-hand side of this green that will come into play should you get your distance control a little bit wrong.
Standing up over this one after a bunch of birdies.
I tell you what, they're set up quite nicely through the first opening holes. Birdies galore.
Maybe going for the green, are we? Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going forward in 2.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
A big opportunity with an eagle putt.
Starting this one out to the left. Watch it come back, though.
This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. And he just keeps putting a gap on the rest of the field. What a putt to hole.
Setting the tone early in this round.
Holding steady in first place after that one. The par 4 7th, a little dog leg left to right. Again, positioning of the tee is key.
This fairway slopes pretty good from left to right. Players want to start it out at the fairway bunker down the left-hand side and just hit a gentle fade off of that. Second shot here is to an elevated green. Don't go long whatsoever here. That's when the Barranca and the canyons come into play.
Oh, that's a high caliber shot. From around 140 yards here. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. And he's down there. You got a read?
This one. This is testing. A big right to left slope.
And that's going to be a pretty good outcome, that one, in the circle of friendship. Putting for a par here. Job done. Let's head to the next. And with that hole completed, our featured player is on top of the leaderboard, just ahead of Lydia Ko of New Zealand. The 8th at Torrey Pines South is an uphill par 3. It can be a hole in one hole, or it could be an absolute brute to even find the green, depending on where that hole location is.
This green is not deep. It's wide. It's got a lot of movement from east to west, just not a lot of room north to south. You find the right section of this green, you could find yourself a nice little deuce.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. And hitting yet another green here in regulation.
Dare I say, Luke, this player has been in fuego with his approach shots. Another green in regulation.
And now -7 for the event. The par 5 9th is a monster over 600 yards, Rich. Challenging, to say the least.
I think the challenging part about it, Luke, is it's just straight away. You have to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and a straight third shot to find the green in 3. It really is just that simple and straightforward. The green does have 2 tiers on it, but for the most part, Luke, it's an inviting third shot.
Rich, we know these days with the PGA Tour, the wraparound schedule, the tour begins in the fall, but really it's felt at the start of any new year that every time you come to Torrey Pines, the big stars come out to play. It feels like the authentic start to the season.
It certainly does that, and I think that the big name players, the accomplished players, love coming here to Torrey Pines because it's going to give them a gauge of exactly where their game is at and what they need to work on. Because you can't go around either the north or the south course and geek it around. You have to be on your game. You have to drive the ball well. Your iron play has to be spot on, and your short game better be sharp, because if not, you're going to shoot a million. Both of these golf courses very challenging, but they're fair. And I think that's what the players love about it. If you're in a good zone mentally and everything is going well physically, you can produce a 64 or 65. But if you're hitting it poorly and you're not thinking squarely, I'm telling you what, 77s and 78s come into the equation real quick.
And Rich, he's doing a lovely job out there, taking care of business.
I got to say, every facet of this player's game was in great shape today. Lots of golf yet to be played. Looking forward to watching it.
As we head to the back 9 here at Torrey Pines South, Rich, the 10th isn't a long hole, but the slope off the tee makes it a difficult one.
Fairway tilts significantly from left to right, so you need to hug the left-hand side. From there, uphill second shot to an overhanging lie from left to right. This is a difficult par 4 to get the distance control spot on.
He's setting up for his second shot.
This one needs to kick left and kick left hard.
Oh, stop it. What a shot. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Currently top 30 in the FedEx Cup points list.
Gee, that'll keep the momentum rolling, Rich.
Oh, he absolutely hated being behind. And now watch out. He's coming for you.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 9 feet from the cup.
Oh, so close to a birdie. Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert? No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. There aren't too many easy holes here at Torrey Pines South, but the course certainly gets tougher as we head to the par 3 11th.
And not a big target either. You got deep bunkers both left and right. You got a shelf up there top left. This is just a strong, difficult, lovely, if you like, par 3.
Yep, that shot safely on the green. And a chance to reach 9 under for the championship with this putt. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
Just a smidgen to the right, this one.
Go on, get in the hole. Oh, what a putt. Currently in first position. We'll talk about strong, long and difficult. Let's stand on the 12 here. And is there a harder par 4 on the entire property?
There is not. I mean, this is just usually right back into the teeth of the breeze. Not wind, just a little breeze. Enough to make it about 30 yards longer. You got some bunkers left and right that you got to deal with. But from there, you got a green that sits above the fairway just enough to make that second shot just a little bit longer. This is a brute, an absolute brute.
Well played.
And this one for back-to-back birdies.
8 feet to the cup.
This for a birdie run.
Oh, he's on fire today, building upon his lead, hole after hole. That's a momentum maker, isn't it?
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
And now he'll move to 10 under for the tournament. All right, Rich, the par 5 13th, so much has been said about it. I'm interested in your thoughts.
It's a very interesting hole. You know, miss those bunkers, put yourself in the fairway, but you've got this ravine that you have to hit over. It's a grass ravine, thankfully, so if you miss the fairway, you can lay up there. But going for this green, if you come up a little shy, you could find one of these 4 or 5 bunkers, both left and right, and then you've got a nearly impossible up and down from there. And again, a green that's got a section on the left and a section on the right. Very rarely did it put the pin in the middle. But boy, I'd tell you what, this is a really good, fun par 5 that you can make anywhere from 3 to 7.
And from the bunker here, looking for an up and down. How about the quality of this shot? This might go in. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. Well, our leader is playing some outstanding golf here, now 8 ahead of the rest of the field. Well, as we head into our finishing stretch, it starts with the par 4 14th.
Nice tee shot here. A little bit more room to the right than the players really feel like there is. However, that also brings a rough on the right-hand side into play, and you don't want to be there, especially with this green that's set right back against the canyon. It's a difficult second shot, almost an infinite edge pool look, if you will. You really have to bear down and make sure you have a good idea of your distance control on your second shot.
This one's going right at the pin here.
Really controlled the flight there nicely with that wind.
Five feet coming up to the cup.
This is for birdie.
Just building upon his advantage, he keeps making the important plays. Leading by 9 strokes after that one. We stride across the 15th, Rich, and we talk about strong par 4s. This is another one.
As big as 12 was, Luke, this is almost twice the size, if you can imagine it, with a tiny tiny landing area out there. This is possibly the meanest hole on this golf course. Not hardest, meanest. If you've walked off with par on this hole, job well done, my friend.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up here from about 185 yards.
Phenomenal approach shot, that one. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. And another one goes, and with it, an increase of his lead. And he's maintained top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. Well, that really puts our leader way out in front of the pack now, and it's only the first round. 16th, the last of the par threes on this golf course, but it's not an easy one.
This is underrated difficult. The green is big in size, but it plays awfully small because there's really small sections to this green. The front, the back right, and the top left. If you find the right section, job well done. If you don't, it's going to be a difficult two-putt to say the least.
How about this shot? Heading in the right direction. Always nice when you can just go ahead and tap one in for birdie. And he holds another one, and he's building quite a sizable lead here. Currently 14 under for the round. That really puts the leader way out ahead of the rest of the pack, and it's only the first round. The penultimate hole at Torrey Pines South is not a long par 4, but the danger lurks everywhere.
They moved this fairway to the left alongside the canyon a few years ago, which really enhanced the beauty, but also the fear of this hole. You have to challenge the left-hand side because the bunker down the right is really no good. From there, the green, it tilts from back to front mostly with a really low section over there on the left-hand side. However, it still is a promising birdie opportunity.
Standing over his second shot. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
This one looks to be on a pretty good line. A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here on the 17th. Let's return to live play now. Trying to get to 15 under now with this opportunity. And he's down there. You got a read?
The perfect leave. Uphill, right to left.
On a nice line.
And holds it for birdie. Leading by a phenomenal 12 strokes after that one. Well, our leader has already bolted, currently way out in front of the pack. Well, the finishing hole at Torrey Pines South is a famous one. There's been so many cool memories that have happened over the years here. Go for it in two?
If you get the opportunity, why wouldn't you? I mean, this is probably the best risk-reward par 5, or one of the best on the PGA Tour. You find the fairway, just the water there on the left-hand side fronting this green. It's going to make you think all day long, do I have enough? Can I carry it? Should you find the green? Yes, you got a decent opportunity at eagle, birdie at worst, but you start missing it left and right. That's when things get a little bit dicey.
This is bold. Going for it in two.
This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. And the putt drops for birdie. And folks, at the end of this first round, he's going to find himself in first place. That's pretty nice, eh, Rich?
Not bad whatsoever, but still just the opening day. Lots of golf left to play. However, it does give you a little boost of confidence going forward, knowing that right now you're at the top of your form, your game is good, and you're in a good space.
On behalf of Rich Beam and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. .2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're back in beautiful La Jolla, California for the second round coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open. Luke Elvey, Rich Beam, calling all the action here. It's always terrific to have you join us. And Rich, our player just has been leading from the start. A great start to this event.
What in the world did we witness yesterday, Luke? This player has amassed an unbelievable lead after the first round. I've never seen anything like this. I'm sure hoping that he can keep this thing going because it was a lot of fun to watch yesterday.
Let's get down to the first hole.
That one was fired out of a cannon.
Let's see what kind of tone he sets for himself today. Nicely done. His second shot here. Oh, that is brilliant. Look at this one. A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here on the first. Just 3 feet to the cup. Well, Rich, that's ideal. A birdie to start the day.
I've never been disappointed by starting off my round with a birdie, Luke, I can tell you that.
He'll like the look at where he's standing on this leaderboard. And over to the second we go, and it's a par 4.
Nice birdie in the last hole for a change. First one of the day. They needed it desperately. Now, next hole, looking for more.
That's a good-looking shot there. Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
Looks like about 22 feet to the hole.
Can he make one from long range? Got a chance here.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. Let's catch up with Lydia Ko from earlier. Fine shot from our player currently chasing the leader.
This was her third.
That was well judged. Great effort. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Here we are at the third hole, a par 3.
I like it when they move this tee box up and it's only a wedge, because when they make it a 5-iron or more, this thing gets really difficult. Firm green actually tilts away from you towards the ocean. This is a really difficult green to find.
Now that looked pretty good the whole way.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
Always nice to have a birdie putt. Well, that's an early statement right there.
Oh, that settles the nerves right there. Great stuff.
Currently at -18 for the tournament. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here.
I love this hole. Just take it out of those bunkers on the right-hand side and hit yourself a nice little baby draw. And from there, you have probably one of the coolest green complexes, I think, on the golf course. Really difficult to make birdie, and actually you're pretty happy making par. But I'm telling you what, sit there and enjoy the beauty of this hole. It's a doozy.
Time for the second shot here at the fourth. Going with the 9-iron, I think. This looks very handy. That's well played. Pin high.
This one here, this is for back-to-back birdies, moving him in the right direction.
Gets that one to go down, and that's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. And as we move to the fifth, it's a par 4.
This is a difficult driving hole. Big, deep bunkers left and right that must be avoided. From there, the second shot plays a touch downhill green that tilts pretty good from left to right and back to front. It's a strong par 4.
That is absolutely spot on.
From about 130 yards here. Oh, golf clap. That's a beauty. Just 6 feet between he and the hole.
Who doesn't love a birdie putt?
Nice one. 4th birdie of the day.
That is sending the rest of the field a message right there.
And he's holding steady in first place after that one. Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in 2. This is a 3-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
Nicely done. Well, this would be a familiar spot, Rich. It looks like the same one as yesterday.
Had a good result here yesterday. Hopefully conjure up some more of those good thoughts.
Going with the hybrid. Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left. Putting for eagle here. John, have you got a read on this one? What's it going to do?
He's putting this one downhill and to the right.
Oh, he's going to like the look of this.
All right, getting better.
Oh, that's a great putt. Did everything but drop. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. Okay, he's holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. We've arrived now at the 7th and the par 4.
Lovely tee shot here. Just take it at those bunkers on the left-hand side and hit yourself a little baby fade. From there, you've got a green that sits above you slightly and also chases away from you just a little bit, believe it or not. This is a really good, strong par 4. Par is a great score.
Lovely effort, that. And this shot here coming up from around 130 yards.
It's a green seeker. Wow, showing Will Zalatoris that this rivalry is indeed not to be taken lightly.
John, talk to us. What do you got for us?
Down in the 6th now as JT gets ready to hit his next one.
Oh, that is a touch of class from the sand. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? 3 feet to go here to the hole. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. He's currently in first place. Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling.
This green is not deep. It's wide. It's got a lot of movement from east to west, just not a lot of room north to south. You find the right section of this green, you could find yourself a nice little deuce.
Going with the 7. That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine. All right, John, you've been reading them well all day. Take us through this putt.
I think this one is going to move to the left.
And that should secure the par on this one. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. The 9th is a par 5.
Luke, it's just a straight par 5, 615 yards. You got to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and hopefully hit a straight third shot. It can get challenging when they put the pin on the top left tier. That's when you can put a little too much spin on it and have it come chasing down to the front part of the green. That's no good.
And that's a nice strike. This one should find the fairway. It's been a good year. 3 wins so far this season. Eleven feet left to the hole. It's on a great line. Oh, what a round this is. 7 birdies today. Well, Rich, as we make the turn to the back 9, What are your thoughts so far?
Well, after 9, so far so good. It's great to see these two players stepping up, getting the best out of the games. It'll be interesting to see exactly who's going to be ahead at the end of the tournament.
Is this going to hold the fairway? I don't like the look of that lie. Time for the second shot at the 10th.
Yeah, nice from the rough.
Oh, that one almost went in the cup. This one's for birdie.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
And that's 8 birdies today.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. On the tee of the par 3 11th.
Oh, this is just a mean little par 3, isn't it? Not a big target up there green-wise. You got deep bunkers right and left. You got a 2-tier green. It's a fun, good-looking par 3. That's really hard.
Opting for the hybrid, I think. Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole. And that one finds the putting surface. It's a good shot, but some work to do, however. And our man on the ground, John McCarthy, has been giving us some great reads all day. What's this one doing, mate?
It's going to go down the hill here and to the left. Let's see how he handles it.
This one's dialed in. Nice little putt to hole, that one. Let's head to the 10th hole for this awesome highlight. Justin Thomas with a great shot here.
Wow, I gotta say, something out of the top drawer on this shot. What a beauty.
Let's take a look at the current standings. Welcome to the par 4 12th hole.
This 12th hole is probably one of the toughest tee shots players will face out here. They know they have to hit a good tee shot, a long tee shot, to have any chance or hope of making birdie here. You miss it a little bit out to the right. The rough over there is horrific. You do find the fairway, though. You got a green that tilts from back right to front left, making the second shot so much more imperative to not get it above the hole. Second shot, leave below the hole at all costs.
From around 180 yards out. That's a pretty handy shot. This is a ball striking clinic. Yet another green in reg here.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens in regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
Yeah, you like the look of that right off the blade. He sits in first position. The par 5 13th hole.
This is one of the most interesting par 5s you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none.
This is his second shot. Well played, mate. Yeah, that one will play. Oh, I love these momentum putts. Right on 10 feet. Let's go hole it.
This for a birdie.
Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
You know, to my eye, it's looking a little left to right.
Putt is underway.
Oh, that is a great birdie putt. Still in the lead now after that hole. It's time to tee off here at the 14th hole.
Nice tee shot here. A little bit more room to the right than the players really feel like there is. However, that also brings a rough on the right-hand side into play, and you don't want to be there, especially with this green that's set right back against the canyon. It's a difficult second shot, almost an infinite edge pool look, if you will. You really have to bear down and make sure you have a good idea of your distance control on your second shot.
That could play. A wonderful shot into 14. It sets up another look at birdie.
You know what? That deserves a golf clap.
He's currently sitting in first place. Here we are on the par 4, 15th hole.
Why are the straightaway par fours the hardest ones? We have another one right here. It's just straight away with the drive, nothing fancy about it. You find the fairway and you're left with another long iron second shot. You got a front right bunker that should see plenty of action. The one on the left, though, that's a big no-no spot, as this green does tilt pretty good from back to front.
Henny, what's the player facing here?
He's looking at nice round number 180 here.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron.
Judged to perfection.
That's a great shot here at the 15th and sets up a look for birdie. 4 feet to the cup. Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard. Okay, holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. Time to play one of the one-shotters.
A long par 3, especially with multiple tee boxes that can be used. Green is a little bit of boomerang shape, especially back left. That's when things get really tight. But I must say, this is a wonderfully, again, designed par 3 that makes you think an awful lot.
Okay, that'll work. There's 17 feet remaining to the hole. John, have you got a read on this one?
Well, this one should start out pretty straight and then take a little movement to the right.
Never quite hit that.
It's a lot slower going up the hill than what this player read.
And that'll ensure he remains in first place. On the tee now, the par 4 17th hole.
You want to avoid the bunkers on the right, but in doing so, you bring the ravine on the left into play, don't you? Second shot, though, plays slightly uphill. There's 2 distinct sections, the left and the right here. A little bit of a spine that bisects this green. This is a really good, strong par 4. Par is a great score.
Looks like a similar approach to yesterday.
Same spot as yesterday, looking for the same result today.
That's a good shot by him. He'll be delighted.
And a fantastic look upcoming.
A birdie putt awaits. He's making this look easy. Keeps surging ahead. And that'll see him remain in the same spot on the leaderboard. Here we are on the last, and it's a par 5.
I tell you, this is probably one of the, if you talk about risk reward par fives on the PGA Tour, this has got to be up near the top of the list. You find the fairway, it's just begging you to go for it. You got the water fronting the green, and you have deep bunkers both right and left. But with the history of this hole, you got to go for it, don't you?
Well, that's a handy shot.
He has his eyes set on one place and one place only. It's the green.
It looks like he's thinking about going for the green here. Nice recovery effort there. That should help save his par. The round now in the books. Good luck next time. Yeah, that's another really impressive performance, building upon the advantage, and it looks like taking a big lead going into the final 2 days.
What an amazing performance. Everything that this player has done has been absolutely spot on, flawless, if you like. Massive lead through 2 rounds, but lots of golf yet to be played.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.